Marketing automation is another big part of the marketing technology stack, right? HubSpot, Marketo, those are kind of probably some of the bigger players, more enterprise level. Zoho has an option here too, where you can control a lot of these things from a single place, right? So I could, here's just some of their example kind of flows, but here's a basic welcome journey or a 10-day welcome series. So really, we're talking about email, even SMS. Here's an advanced nurture program. And I can come in here and this is really thinking again from like an email marketing perspective. I say, okay, hey, when they enter the list or maybe they reach this stage in the CRM, come into this process, send out this email, and then if they don't open the email, then you could score it. You can bring in lead scoring care if you wanted to. You could tag it. If they do click on an email, then we're going to send them a second message, and then maybe we score them again. We create this task for the sales guy to follow up on, and after all this is done, we push it to CRM for the next step or whatever it is, right? So this is an example of how marketing automation can really help you facilitate that journey, right? So as you think about your customer journey, maybe what it is today, but think about what it could be tomorrow even. Like, hey, what if I could automatically send an email when this happened? I've got this repeatable task that I got to keep doing. Guess what? Flow builders, marketing automation tools, workflow builders in a CRM. All of these things are available to help us streamline and create a better experience for our end users as well, right? So there's a lot of power in marketing automation tools. I'm going to show you a little bit in HubSpot later as well. But in this case, I can look at the lead sources and touch points. There's a web assistance, qualification. There's a lot going on here. Okay, another tool that's really valuable is a tool called analytics, Zoho Analytics. This is comparable to like a Domo or a Tableau. What you can actually see here is I actually brought in data from one of my clients a little while back from HubSpot because I wanted to visualize it in a different way. So we brought in the data from HubSpot, and then I was able to kind of visualize the funnel and the leads and just in a different light than what they were seeing today. And so Zoho Analytics is nice because you can actually bring in data from wherever you want. If I wanted to, here, let me see. I can import data from a bunch of different places here, right? So let me see if I can, let's say I can do it from a spreadsheet. I can bring in data. I can bring in data from Facebook pages and Facebook ads and LinkedIn pages and Instagram and all of these platforms. And what it does is essentially it's a data layer it's a tool that sits on all of your data so that you can run reports and you can actually kind of mix and match and join the tables together in a way that provides a lot of insights back to you that maybe you couldn't do in the other tools. So there's a ton of value in this. I know, Carlos, you're a Domo expert and you do this stuff all the time. You preach it to the choir here. You could probably teach this class better than I could. But there's a ton of value in using business intelligence and data to tell stories and to make decisions, right? In this example, I just did a quick Google search on this, but like, hey, show me some dashboards. But you can see here, I can do maps. I can create these really cool graphs. I can visualize this data in a way that's really meaningful for the customer or for whatever you're trying to do, right? And make better decisions. It's essentially, I can bring all of my data from all the different platforms into a single place and create a dashboard that gives me a pulse on my company, right? Do you see how valuable those insights would be if you could have a tool like Zoho Analytics or Tableau or Domo or whatever it is that sits on top of your data and allows you to kind of mix and match the data in a way that is super meaningful, right? And you can see here, I can pull it from an Azure data lake or local database, cloud databases, I can pull the CRMs. There's a bunch of options that I can pull it from. Okay. One One other cool thing I was just thinking about, by the way, in Zoho CRM, is that you can actually pull up data in, if you do, you can actually pull it up in like a Zoho sheet view, which is kind of cool too. So I could actually take that data and pull it up into a spreadsheet. I can modify this data in the spreadsheet, save it, bring it back out, and bring it back then into the CRM. So that could save you a lot of time if you're trying to do data entry or data cleanliness, to have it in a spreadsheet like this. I can just update it, click save, and then we move back on to what we're doing. So anyways, made me think of that. But yeah, data analytics, business intelligence, there's a lot of power in that as a tech tool.